resonate with dragons, then you have one of these energetic beings as your spiritual guardian. When I was looking for ideas to do a read, I was thinking of different questions to ask, and my spiritual guardian piped in and said, "We have something to say." So I said, let's do this. So here we are. Let's find out what it is that these spiritual guardians of ours would like for us to know about them, or this message that they were pretty adamant about bringing to my attention and yours as well. Moon. What else? What else do we need to know about what your message is? What is it that you're saying to us? Okay, all right. We have the moon, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. Tell me more about this message. What is it that we're looking at here? All right, this is foot. King of Pentacles. Huh. Okay. So the moon is about the inner workings of our culture, of our makeup and our psychology. It is like the dark underbelly. It is like the shadow, and that is what I'm getting here. Really is what they're talking about is the shadow world, which is our subconscious, basically. And the Eight of Pentacles is about bringing things into fruition. It's about bringing things and manifesting them in physicality, about a master craftsman doing their art. The Sun, of course, is the lovely, beautiful, happy day and hope for the future. And it's interesting that we have these two arcanas here, these two major arcanas, the moon and the sun, both at the same time. Because, and with this card right here in the middle, this really tells me that this is about bringing shadow into light. Dragons, for me, my dragon, my spiritual guardian, the thing that I realized was that the things that this energetic being or beings protect and guard us, they protect and guard the parts of our subconscious that we have split away from. For me, an understanding of the consciousness and subconscious is that we really shouldn't have a subconscious, in the sense that it should be integrated into our conscious. Our subconscious, you can kind of think of it like it's the trunk of a car, and all the things that we don't want get tossed in there, and you know, we close the lid. These things that get tossed in there are painful events that we go through in our life, or traumas, basically, that have shaped some of our beliefs about ourselves. And this is the realm of those energetic beings. They're there to protect the parts of you that are hidden away. And as we do our spiritual work, as we reconnect to our intuitive abilities and to our higher selves and spirit, as we begin to understand what it is our path is, we do this work. We integrate the shadow into light. We integrate the two. And integrating your shadow is really just about acknowledgement of the traumatic events that happened, and integrating the parts of yourself that are still there in your subconscious and the shadow in the energetic realm of the dragons. So they're like a babysitter in the sense that they're going to sit there and they're going to take care of, protect, and guard those elements that get fractured off from traumatic events that do a lot of damage to our psychic abilities and to ourselves. They're going to wait. They're going to sit there and babysit and wait for us to show up, to find those pieces of ourselves, these inner children. Our inner child is the one that is here hanging out in this subconscious. And this is the one that we have to go and find. And bring it into acknowledgement, right? Into physicality, which means integrate it within ourselves. Make your subconscious your consciousness. There shouldn't be a division between the two. We should be able to integrate both of those things. So I'm being kind of drawn to this deck. What's the vibe? This is an oracle deck, and I am going to, let's place over here, give a shuffle and see if there's more to this message that we have. This deck, oracle deck. What's the vibe? What's the vibe, dragons? What's the vibe of this message? What do you have to say? Spiritual guardians. Oh, well, that's a lot. I'm not going to take all of them. I'm going to put them back. It was quite a big package. And again, if they're needed, they will come back to us. Can you find a card in here? Can you help us? What more for our message? What more do these spiritual guardians have to say? Exhausted. Burned out, burdened, and emptied. Tell me more. Tell us more. Who's exhausted? Are you exhausted? Our spiritual guardians? Or are we exhausted? Running, escape, denial, and excuses. Interesting. What's this? Tell us more. Would you like something else out of this deck? Okay. I think I need to be here today in the moment. I'm going to put this one here. All right. Oh, I see. I think I see what's going on here. We have these energies in two different flavors, of course, subconscious and conscious, the shadow and the light. I am going to ask for just a little more information about this exhausted and running. I'd like to know a little bit more about this subconscious exhaustion, this burnout, this burden, and this escaping and denial, the running away. Which, I mean, I understand in the sense that, you know, the subconscious, those are the things that we did not, wow, okay, that's a lot to say. I'm not going to take that many cards. I will take this one in my hand. And like I was saying, I mean, the exhaustion and the running, you know, these are the things that we have separated ourselves from. The subconscious mind, the inner child, those things that are buried because the things that happened were painful. And whether that happened with a childhood trauma or, you know, just a the experiences of being alive in this culture can cause a lot of damage to very sensitive people, and we're all very sensitive people. That's what humans are. And this is incredible. We have 3 arcanas, 4, 5 out of 7 cards. So they're very talkative, plus an ace. I'm going to take just a second here and think about what this message is saying. All right, I've got it. Here's what I'm seeing. The Lovers first. And what I'm seeing here is the integration, right? The coming together of the two, the union. This card is also about making choices that are beneficial for all parties involved. And I think what we're being told is we're being guided to do this work, right? This is about the shadow work and the integration, because they are the babysitters of our shadow. Followed by the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is about passionate actions. It's about inspirations. With the Wheel of Fortune. And these are about, the Wheel of Fortune is about, and the Wheel of Fortune is about things changing. Changing whether we want them to or not. This wheel is spinning as time goes on, and it can be about forces within and outside of ourselves that we don't have any control over. This can be very beneficial. This can be something that has us evolving. So I'm seeing that we're being told to be inspired to do this work, to create this change, this moving forward, this turning of the wheel in a positive way, bringing justice. And that's really neat that we have these. And the Justice card is about balancing. It's about bringing things to right. Final say as far as what needs to be done. And I think this message is very clear that our spiritual guardians are there, waiting, protecting us, protecting the parts of ourselves, those inner children. And we need to find them. The sun with the today. I think this is our advice. They want us to do this now, to get this little inner child out of the shadow of the moon, bring it out into the sun, give it some justice. Because when we acknowledge these traumas, and that's really the thing that we need to do. The whole concept of your inner child is the things that we have not acknowledged. And it can be difficult and it can be painful. And our spiritual guardians are telling us that it's okay. We've got your back. We're here. We'll help you. Let's do this. Let's make these changes. Let's do this work and unite our conscious and our subconscious. Unite the sun and the moon together to bring ourselves into unity. because that's our job. That's the only thing that we have to do here. Heal ourselves. And then when we do that, we heal everything around us. It's like a domino effect. Every single one of us brings this unique puzzle piece to this great big weird ass puzzle we're living in. But it takes every one of us. But in the end, the collaboration of us, we are unstoppable. Let's make that happen. I'm all for it. I wasn't allowed to pack up in the video without one more little piece of advice. And this is the message, that they are your dragon, your spiritual guardian, and your inner child. They're tired of being in the shadow, and they are very much ready to escape.